So thermal properties, I will again repeat it. Very heat resistant, action of heat. Cotton fibers have the ability to conduct heat energy, minimizing any destructive heat accumulation. Thus, they can withstand hot ironing temperature because it is not accumulating any heat energy. It can easily conduct the heat energy. That's why there is no accumulation. If there is no accumulation, it means it can withstand hot ironing temperatures. So cotton can be heated in dry state up to 150 degrees centigrade without any decomposition, but it spoils the effect of bleaching, which we are using as the some to get some modifications to give some developments to the cotton fiber. We are using some bleaching agents. So it affects it spoils the bleaching on this temperature. So temperature should not exceed more than 93 degrees centigrade. For cotton materials, the safer temperature is 93 degrees centigrade, up to which we can use the textile material. We can expose the textile materials formed in cotton. At about 170 degrees centigrade, which is very high, cotton begins to scorch even in a short time. They burns with the bright, and it is about the burning taste of the cotton fiber, how it burns. They burns with a bright flame, which continues even after the fiber is removed from flame. जब हम flame से इसको remove भी कर देते हैं, तब भी ये थोड़ा continue रहेगा. After the flame has been extinguished, the fiber continues to smolder and very little ash is collected. At the end, ash is remaining behind, and due to this ash, we can identify that this is a cellulosic fiber. It doesn't melt, so it is not thermoplastic. Due to long polymers and countless hydrogen bonds, which prevents the polymer from assuming new positions when heat is applied. What this last two lines are giving the answer about the thermal properties of cotton fiber. Why cotton is behaving like that? That is, its long polymers, which we have already taken, and countless hydrogen bonds, which are formed in the polymer system of the cotton fiber. They prevents the polymers from assuming new positions. Means displacement is not so easy, particularly in crystalline regions, and that's why it is the thermal properties of cotton fiber are good, or it can be said as it is a good thermal fiber. Then chemical properties, effects of acid. Cotton chemical properties we are dividing into different headings. First we are taking effect of acid. So here we are studying at the length, but in examination you have to just give the answer in brief, just like the small effect, 2-3 lines for effects of acid, 2-3 lines for effects of alkalis, di-affinity. All these properties within 2-3 lines you have to give in the examination. But here we are taking in detail. Cotton fibers are weakened and destroyed by acids. Are having very harsh effect on the cotton fibers, so it gets weakened and it is destroyed easily by acids. Acidic condition hydrolyze the cotton fiber at the glucoside oxygen atoms. जो ये oxygen breezes हैं, यहाँ पर अटैक करते हैं एसिडिक कंडीशन में, यहाँ अटैक होता है, और ये जो कुछ ब्रीजेज हैं they get hydrolyzed, which links the two glucose units. जो दो glucose unit को link कर रहे हैं, these oxygen breezes or these glucoside oxygen atoms are get through hydrolyze to form the hydrolysis lowers the DP. और ये जब hydrolyze हो जाएंगे, decompose होंगे, break होंगे, तो fibers की जो degree of polymerization जो है that is 5000, वो reduce होगी, क्योंकि जो length है cellulose की वो कम हो जाएगी. जहां जहां ये ब्रेक होंगे वहां डिग्री ऑफ पॉलीमराइजेशन पॉलीमर का कम होगा, लेंथ कम हो जाएगी, और इसकी वजह से टेंसाइल स्ट्रेंथ जो है वो फाइबर की रिड्यूस होगी. मिनरल और इनऑर्गेनिक एसिड्स बीइंग स्ट्रॉन्गर देन ऑर्गेनिक एसिड्स विल हाइड्रोलाइज मोर रैपिडली. मिनरल और इनऑर्गेनिक एसिड्स जो कि स्ट्रॉन्गर होते हैं ऑर्गेनिक एसिड से, वो इसको और जल्दी हाइड्रोलाइज करेंगे. डाइल्यूट एंड कोल्ड मिनरल एसिड्स हैव अ वेरी माइल्ड इफेक्ट. जबकि डाइल्यूट अगर कोल्ड मिनरल एसिड्स हैं तो उसका बहुत कम इफेक्ट होगा. बट एट बॉइलिंग विद लॉन्ग टाइम अल्टीमेटली हाइड्रोलाइज. अगर हम इसको बॉइल करते हैं लंबे समय के लिए तो ये उसको हाइड्रोलाइज करेगा, अदरवाइज इफेक्ट नहीं होगा. Cold and concentrated H2SO4 dissolves cellulose and forms cellulose hydrated, and HCl acid affects cotton much more severely than H2SO4. So I think there is nothing to understand in this. Just you have to remember how these different type of acids are affecting the, or at which conditions they are affecting the cotton textile materials. Immersion for a short time in concentrated nitric acid results partial shrinkage with higher affinity for dyes. Prolonged action oxidizes cellulose to oxycellulose and finally breaks it down to oxalic acid. The reaction rate is higher at higher temperatures. Dye affinity, cotton is considered to be relatively easy fiber to dye and print. इसको एक तरह से अगर हम बाकी फाइबर से कंपेयर करें तो इसकी डाई एफिनिटी अच्छी है. इट मीन्स हम इसको इजीली डाई कर सकते हैं या इजीली हम इस पर प्रिंट कर सकते हैं. द क्लासेस ऑफ डाई विच मे बी यूज टू कलर, कौन कौन सी डाइज हम इसको कलर करने के लिए यूज करते हैं. सम आर एजोइक, डायरेक्ट डाइज, रिएक्टिव डाइज, सल्फर डाइज एंड फेड डाइज. These type of dyes can be used for cotton textile materials. The ease with which cotton takes up dyes is due to the polarity of its polymers and polymer system. The same characteristics are found which are we have taken in moisture regain or moisture absorption. It is due to polarity of polymers which attract the water molecules, so which attracts the dye molecules, and then it enters into the polymer system of cotton fiber and easily dyed. This will readily attract any polar dye molecules which can only enter in the amorphous region at the polymer system of the cotton. So this property is more or less same as moisture regain. Action of microorganisms. Many microorganisms attack cotton. Numerous fungi cause mildew. The mildew discolors, rots and weakens the fibers. और इसीलिए हमें कॉटन टेक्सटाइल मटेरियल्स की पूरी केयर करनी पड़ती है, because due to action of microorganism, sometimes the cotton textile materials discolors, rots, and strength is reduced. Effect of bleaches. Oxidizing bleaches which liberate oxygen, like sodium hypochlorite or sodium perborate, are used most frequently on cotton textile materials for bleaching. The reactions between the oxygen liberated by bleach and the molecules of the fiber surface contaminants forms water-soluble compounds. These water-soluble compounds are rinsed off the fiber, and careful bleaching leaves the fiber polymer system largely intact. Effect of sunlight and weather. Exposure to air in presence of sunlight for a long period will have an effect on cotton like that of heat. Oxycellulose is gradually formed, accompanied by tendering, little bit damaging the textile materials because of atmospheric oxygen. Solubility, which is used particularly for identification of cotton fiber, it gets dissolved in 70% H2SO4, concentrated HNO3, HCl, and this HF, hydrogen fluoride. In these, particularly we are using H2SO4. 70% H2SO4 is used to dissolve this cotton when we are taking this solubility test.
नाइट्रिक एसिड किस लिए काम लेते हैं?
Ultraviolet rays of sunlight. Yeah, just go through this. Nothing to explain in it. Just I have already shared these slides. So take a particular a brief from all these topics, all these contents, for just to explain the chemical properties, because we have taken here in much detail. So still we have little bit time, so I will go through the properties which we have taken earlier in the last lecture in physical properties. We have taken tenacity. So last time I have taken a little bit fast. So if you have any questions from these physical properties, you can ask, like tenacity. Tenacity, two different values are given here, dry tenacity as well as wet tenacity. And there is a difference. If you can observe the difference here, it is the maximum dry tenacity is 44 grams per tex, and here it is 46. So some increase in the tenacity when the cotton textile materials are in wet condition. What is the reason? That is given here. I have already explained. The reason of strength of cotton fiber is its crystalline polymer system, which is 70% crystalline, and countless regular hydrogen bond formation between adjacent polymers and the spiraling fibrils in the primary and secondary walls. These three are contributing to the strength of the cotton fiber. And why the strength is increasing, tenacity is increasing in wet state, the reason is given here, which I have already explained. It is one of the few fibers which gains strength when wet because of temporary improvement in polymer alignment when wet results in an increase in number of hydrogen bonds with an approximate 5% increase in tenacity. So can anybody explain it? What is the meaning of this paragraph? Why cotton fiber or cotton gains strength when it is wet? Why cotton textile materials gains strength in wet condition? It is due to temporary improvement.
Temporary improvement, sir.
Why temporary improvement in polymer alignment?
सर हाइड्रोजन बॉन्ड बढ़ जाएगा सर.
हाइड्रोजन बॉन्ड्स क्यों बढ़ रहे हैं?
सर क्योंकि सर ये क्रिस्टलाइन है ना सर, 70%.
That is correct. But here we are taking that.
सर आपकी आवाज नहीं आ रही सर.
ये नेटवर्क इश्यूज हैं आज थोड़े से. आवाज बिल्कुल नहीं आ रही है.
हाँ सर, कभी कम आ रही है,
कम आ रही है सर.
सही आ रही है.
तो आप जहाँ मेरी आवाज कम हो उस समय वापस उसी समय मुझे बोल दे, मैं रिपीट कर लूंगा. नेटवर्क इश्यूज का तो और कोई सॉल्यूशन नहीं है.
यस सर.
अभी ठीक आ रही है?
यस सर.
अभी ठीक है. तो कॉटन, यहाँ हम बात कर रहे हैं कॉटन की स्ट्रेंथ की बात हमने पहले की है. कॉटन की स्ट्रेंथ के लिए आप जो रीजन दे रहे हैं, क्रिस्टलाइन रीजन, हाइड्रोजन बॉन्ड फॉर्मेशन, spiraling fibrils, all are contributing to that. But here I am asking that why the cotton materials or cotton fibers gain strength in wet condition. So the reason is temporary improvement in polymer alignment. My question is why temporary improvement is taking place in the polymer alignment? Due to this temporary improvement polymer alignment, new hydrogen bonds are formed. So there is increase in number of hydrogen bonds. Hydrogen bond means interpolymer forces of attraction. Interpolymer forces of attraction अगर बढ़ रहे हैं तो strength बढ़ेगी. Yes, but hydrogen bonds, नए hydrogen bonds क्यों form हो रहे हैं? Due to temporary improvement in polymer alignment. But temporary improvement क्यों हो रहा है? इसका reason मैंने last time दिया था. Polar polymers, these polar hydroxyl groups attract water molecules, and they get entered into the amorphous regions of the cotton fiber. अमोर्फस रीजन क्या है? जिसमें रेंडमली पॉलीमर्स अरेंज्ड होते हैं. तो वहां पर पॉलीमर्स के बीच में गैप ज्यादा होता है, यानी कि इंटरपॉलीमर स्पेस ज्यादा होता है अमोर्फस रीजन में. क्लोजर पैकिंग नहीं होती है, लूज पैकिंग होती है, एंड पॉलीमर्स आर अरेंज्ड रेंडमली so that water molecules can easily enter into that. When water molecules are entering into this space, sometimes कुछ पॉलीमर्स को वो अलाइन कर देते हैं, उसको ओरिएंटेड कर देते हैं फाइबर की एक्सिस के साथ. उसका ओरिएंटेशन हो जाता है, मींस अलाइनमेंट हो जाता है कुछ पॉलीमर्स का जो कि पहले रेंडमली अरेंज्ड थे. और जैसे ही उनका अलाइनमेंट होता है तो वहां पर हाइड्रोजन बॉन्ड्स फॉर्म होते हैं. ड्यू टू दिस फॉर्मेशन ऑफ न्यू हाइड्रोजन बॉन्ड्स कुछ स्ट्रेंथ उसकी इंक्रीज होती है वेट कंडीशन के अंदर. एंड दैट इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट टॉपिक. पर्टिकुलरली क्वेश्चन ऑन दिस बेसिस इज आस्क्ड इन द एग्जामिनेशन इन रीजनिंग क्वेश्चंस. जो 2 नंबर के क्वेश्चंस आते हैं आपके, एक फर्स्ट क्वेश्चन जो होता है आपका, वो छोटे छोटे क्वेश्चंस उसमें होते हैं 2 नंबर के. तो उसमें जनरली रीजनिंग क्वेश्चंस आते हैं. इसमें इस तरह के क्वेश्चंस जनरली फ्री फ्लो पूछे जाते हैं. सेकंड इज इलास्टिक प्लास्टिक नेचर. मैंने आपको स्लाइड शेयर करके बोला था कि आप लोग इनको पढ़ें. इफ यू एनी क्वेश्चन फ्रॉम दिस स्लाइड देन ओनली वी कैन अंडरस्टैंड दैट टॉपिक, अदरवाइज जस्ट रिपीट करने का कोई सेंस नहीं है. The cotton fiber is